Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wildcat Stadium, Bob Winters Fields for today's league matchup between the Highland Scotties and your Toppenish Wildcats. First, the lineup for the Scotties. 00, Jesus Gonzalez. Number 1, Francisco Silva. Number 2, Jose Perez. Number 5, Yair Castro. Number 6, Albert Magallon. Number 7, Pica Durantes. Number 8, Alex Ramos. Number 9, Ruben Lozano. Number 10, Rudy Silva. Number 11, Marco Ramirez. Number 12, Jesus Esquivel. Number 13, Alexis Perez. Number 14, Yacir Perez. Number 15, Miguel Romero. Number 17, George Lopez. Number 18, Salvador Ceja. Number 19, Anthony Huerta. Number 20, Carlos Santos. Number 21, Jose Carrasco. And number 22, Miguel Ayala. Head coach Greg Wagner, assisted by Eric Perez, Luis Vaca, and Jose Romero. Now, the non-starters for your Wildcats. Number 3, Nabor Gauna. Number 4, Isaac Mendoza. Number 19, Axel Castillo. Now the starters for your Wildcats. Number 6, Trinidad Hernandez. Number 7, Angel Pacheco. Number 8, Christian Robles. Number 9, Juan Diego Mendoza. Number 10, Christopher Gutierrez. Number 11, Yair Quintero. Number 15, Rafael Garcia. Number 16, Roberto Garcia. Number 17, Alexander Magaña. Number 22, Yair Enciso. And in the goal, number 1, Hector Godinez. Head coach Yuri Gonzalez, assisted by Pedro Avalos, Inocente Godinez, Armando Bravo, and Moises Martinez. Now you can face the west side of the field for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
And on a sunny,
Good luck to both
slight
teams. And
windy
let's get ready for some Wildcat soccer!
Saturday afternoon. The THS Wildcats prepared to go head-to-head against a very tough, a very scrappy, and currently undefeated Highland Scotties, here live from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Bob Winters Field. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Thank you for joining us here for this intriguing matchup. Two top programs in the state, both at respective levels. Of course, for those of you that do not know, this season, the Eastern Washington Athletic Conference combining their new teams that joined their conference last season during the COVID pandemic. And so for those schools that dropped down to the 2B level that have soccer programs this season and the last couple of seasons, they've been playing with the SCAC. And so they'll continue that on here this season. And they're going to face the Highland Scotties with such a successful program throughout the years, competing very hard and one of the top programs in the state. Of course, the Wildcats are going to have quite a challenge on their hands here this afternoon. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to our Spanish audience. Muchas gracias a todos de los español que están mirando esta presentación de los THS Digital Media Network. Y vamos a empezar con la pelota. We're going to go right there, getting started, and Wildcats immediately needing to find an opening. They're going to reset, try to get the goalie, Hector Godinez. Try to position the team. Wildcats coming into this contest 5-1-2. They've tied up twice here this season. However, in league play, so far undefeated. So this is going to be an intriguing matchup, and you got to imagine that the winner of this contest is going to set the tone of who's going to be atop of this SCAC, EWAC, or should I say the EWAC conference for boys soccer, and already a player down here in the opening minutes of the first half for the Highland Scotties, as one of the Wildcat defenders going in there for a slide tackle and looked like caught a little bit of the ankle. So stoppage of play currently down on the field. Still down right now. Hopefully they'll be able to get back up. Starters for today's contest. Hector Godinez, of course, is going to be your goalkeeper. Navar Guano, Isaac Mendoza, Trinidad Hernandez, Angel Pacheco, Christian Robles, Juan Diego Mendoza, Christopher Gutierrez, Yahir Quintero, Rafael Garcia, Roberto Garcia, Alexander Magaña, Axel Castillo, y Yarer Enciso. Starters here today for the Toppenish Wildcats. And here as the Highland Scotties, Salvador Ceja is going to have a shot at a free kick. So he saw that foul, and they're going to award it. Looks like they're going to go over to Jesus Esquivel. Almost crossed in there, but hitting that post out of bounds. Wildcats lucky there. Well, right now it's a little bit windy. It's been windy down here during at least Saturday afternoons the past few weeks. Godinez kicking that all the way towards midfield. Alexander Magaña sending it over. Juan Diego Mendoza. Magaña, the midfielder right there, trying to get it. Sending it up ahead, but the defense, Alex Perez for the Scotties. Kicking it out of play. Wildcats going to get back to action. Wildcats. Yahir Quintero. Trying to get a break on the ball. Cecil. Inside over to Rafael Garcia. Trying to dribble out of trouble. And Juan Diego Mendoza right there with the assist. And Yahid and Cecil. And kicked all the way into the stands. And oh, jeebus. What a powerful kick there. Went way on the other side of the parking lot. Went over the stands. And those stands are pretty high. I think the wind might have carried that one a little bit. But nonetheless, you can tell how much that wind might have an effect here today. So the Wildcats quickly scrambling to get in position. And Garcia, Juan Diego Mendoza trying to get some more pressure on there and out of play to the Wildcats' possession. Garcia, Juan Diego Mendoza losing control. And back to the Highland Scotties it'll go. Juan Diego Mendoza sending it back to Angel Pacheco. Dribbling on the other side, Christian Robles. Pacheco. And Robles ahead, Magana. Trying to keep control. And ball will be out of play. Possession still remaining here with the Wildcats. And again out. Off of Yasir Perez. There's the Highland Scotty defenders putting it on. Kick there from Juan Diego Mendoza. And kicking it out of danger again. The Highland Scotty defense, Alex Perez getting to his spot. The Wildcats are definitely making positional adjustments throughout the season. Still kind of trying to find their identity, trying to find where those impact players are. So that might explain some of the early troubles that the Wildcats have faced here this season. Still a great start nonetheless, but Wildcats definitely feel they should have a couple more wins in their columns rather than ties or losses. Rafael Garcia with Enciso. And he keeps dribbling Christian Robles. Trying to find Alexander Magana. Back to midfield. And up ahead, Angel Pacheco. Last defenseman there, sends it to the middle of the field to Garcia. Mendoza. Turning to the left side of the field, trying to send it up ahead of Yahid and Cecil, but just too far ahead. Back to Highland. Ball bouncing around. Wildcats with an opportunity and miss there by Christopher Gutierrez. Not able to take advantage. And those are the type of shots you want to be able to make, especially in a highly competitive contest and an important contest, if you think about it. And here as a substitution coming in for the Highland Scotties, Rudy Silva, making his first appearance in the game, and the Wildcats almost low, and a yellow card looks like it's going to be assessed on the Wildcats. Official really keeping his head on a swivel. So it looks like Robles. Someone going to get the call on that one. These two teams going to be battling throughout the entirety of this contest. Salvador Ceja take this free kick. See if they decide to take a long shot, or more than likely run a play here. Try to set up one of their players. Shoots it straight in. And Hector Godinez, the senior goalkeeper, able to track that one down. get himself a save. In the middle, Juan Diego Mendoza. Dribbling through traffic, sends it to the other side of the field. Yeah, he didn't see so, trying to keep it alive, but right there, the Highland Scotties. And slide tackle there to disturb possession by Mendoza. And offside's going to be called on the Highland Scotties, so it's going to give possession back to the Wildcats. Deflected again. It's going to be another reset. So Wildcats, so far from the looks of it, seems like they've moved Magana, who was playing at the beginning of the season at the defender position, playing midfield now, at least in this contest. And here as the Wildcats trying to get a struggle on, and Godinez again with another one there as a shot from Alex Ramos. He's saved. Wildcats have been able to get some offensive action inside of the box. And for those of you wondering at home, what is the box? Well, if you follow the yellow lines, the yellow outlines, when you get it inside that box, the bigger box, now the goalkeeper has to stay within the other smaller box that you see near closer to the goal. There is the offensive look there from the Wildcats is no good. It's going to have Jesus Gonzalez, another senior for the Highland Scotties, goalkeeper. Going to put this one away. Keep the Highland Scotties out of danger on this end of the field. Yair Quintero in the middle, keeps it alive. Robles, Trinidad Hernandez. Stoppage of play there. Official with the foul against the Wildcats. It's going to kick again. Alex Perez. Juan Diego Mendoza tries to get that out of there. Official, looks like it was, he had a little bit of that kick. He's going to go ahead and get it back into play. Wildcats retain possession. Back and forth. Christopher Gutierrez. Something Murencia. Wildcats keeping it ahead, one-on-one situation. Godinez unable to make a save right there. Keep the Wildcats out of danger. And what a great play there by Hector Godinez, not scared of the one-on-one coming his way. Closest help was more than 10 yards behind him, or should I say 10 yards in front of him, so he acted quickly and got that one out of harm's way. Wildcats immediately trying to send the ball, but boy, some heavy high kicks here today. One of them already going over the visiting stands. Both these teams putting everything they have into their kicks and into their moves, into the speed. You can argue this is an ever important game, especially considering the Eastern Washington Athletic Conference, SCAC, Boys Soccer Conference. Who's going to remain up top? Pass midfield. That kick in. Foul called against the Wildcats. And Perez. He's going to get a kick on his own, Alexander Magana. Garcia to Juan Diego Mendoza trying to keep his feet. And foul going to be called against the Scotties. The wind is still there. Juan Diego Mendoza and tries to send it up ahead. Christian Robles. Just a tad too strong on that attempted pass. Diego Mendoza keeping it ahead, and again another call. Marco Ramirez falling to the ground. Official able to get a sight. Perez kicks it again inside of the box. Wildcats keeping their awareness on defense. And the ball will be once again out of play. Wildcats look like they're close. Close to executing some good offense once they're in the box. And ball kicked out of play again by the Scotties. Both defenses so far showing up here today. No score yet. Diego Mendoza. Pacheco. Trinidad Hernandez. And the Highland Scotties immediately right there. Hernandez kicking that one up. Garcia. Angel Pacheco. Having to get that one out of danger. Yahir Enciso. Yahir Quintero. Highland Scotties, one player breaking away. Ramirez, and what's going to be called looks like offsides on the Highland Scotties. Wildcats with possession. Godinez kicking that one to midfield. Scotties kick it back deep. Pacheco getting the defense. Christian Robles. And finally, Trinidad Hernandez right there guarding up against Alex Ramos. Scotties going to reinsert. Bit of a broken play. It's the Highland Scotty player sort of slipping. Hernandez, Juan Diego Mendoza kicks it right into the chest of Yacir Perez. Back and forth, lining up a shot, breaking away. Pacheco and kicking that one out of danger. Great defensive showing here so far for the Wildcats. Yared Enciso trying to move this ball onto the other side of the field. set up the Wildcat offense. Mendoza gets cut off there by the Highland Scotty defender. Salvador Ceja kicking that way up ahead. Ramirez breaking away. Got the shot. Godinez, oh, and almost there, but out of position. Scotty's still alive and finally kicked out of bounds. What's going to be called? And possession remaining with the Scotties. Looks like they were just a half a second off. Ramirez fighting the breakaway speed and able to handle it. And Jose Perez coming on the other side. A chance to either pass it off or take the shot himself. But the Wildcat defense so fast, so quick. Closing that down. Limiting it to a corner kick right now. Wildcats once again trying to limit danger. Kicked inside and immediately Juan Diego Mendoza recognizing where it's going and safely gets that one out of danger. Scotty's shooting side again. Trinidad Hernandez using his head. Gutierrez coming up. Garcia. Here's Alex Ramos and the Highland Scotties along with Yacir Perez. Trinidad Hernandez trying to keep it in play. Oh, miscommunication there. Ruby Silva breaking away. Middle of the field. Back down. Wildcats again. Alex Ramos still keeping it. Look at the Wildcat defense. Juan Diego Mendoza still keeping it alive. Trinidad Hernandez immediately in the side. Jose Perez still trying. Juan Diego Mendoza. Other side and just out of the reach. Wildcats, Scotty's still battling. Yahid. Back and forth. And there they go. Yahid Quintero having to make a play, get that ball out of danger. Martinez looking for another opportunity there. And now the Wildcats might have their opponents on a little bit of an exhaustion period right now. They really battled hard that last possession, and the finally stoppage of play going to be called against the Wildcats. A foul. And it's going to bail out the Highland Scotties. It's going to force the Wildcats to reset. For all said, for all intents and purposes, it took a lot out of the Highland Scotties once they were in the box. So this Wildcat defense is doing their job, but for how much longer can they do it? You don't want to be putting yourself into position and having to guard as hard as you can just to keep yourself out of danger and prevent the other team from scoring. Whereas Marco Ramirez forward, falling on the ground rather hard, and I believe he's going to have to take a substitution. And looks like it might be something more. He's up on his feet. He looks like his shoulder might be disturbing her a little bit, or maybe perhaps this is a turf field, folks. So that could very well be also as a result. You get a bunch of those black pellet beads, for those of you that have ever been on a turf field. Those black beads that they use to sort of soften the artificial turf. Especially when you fall to the ground, you never know when you're going to get a handful of them in your face or kick the handful, whatever it is. Not to mention just falling on the artificial turf. Doesn't feel too good either. Christopher Gutierrez trying to cut that one off, and the Highland Scotties looking like they're in control in this one, but the Wildcat defense stepping up right there. Garcia kicking that one to midfield. Trinidad Hernandez Keeping track, Juan Diego Mendoza, and ball will be out of play off of the Highland Scotties. Alexander Magana has a break, sends it to the middle, and the Highland Scotty defense right there to cut it out. Mendoza, Garcia keeping it alive. Hernandez looking to have an angle, and the defense right there for the Scotties. Yahir Quintero with it. Trinidad Hernandez, few options, looks in the middle. Scotties track that one down. Back and forth, Hernandez. Oh, and it's from behind. And finally, something going to be called there by the officials. Alex Ramos trying to eliminate the threat. Just a bit of a hard slide tackle there on Hernandez, so the Wildcats will get a reset possession here. Juan Diego Mendoza can make this kick worth it. Inside, long and oh, and just a hair off. Alexander Magana and Rafael Garcia in the neighborhood. Looks like Rafael Garcia had a step or two. But that ball moving off just a little bit too quick. Robles. Back to Garcia, sending it. Roberto Garcia. Yahir Quintero. Yahed Enciso trying to keep it alive up front. Wildcats with the remaining time. And so we have about 15 minutes remaining here in this first half. Neither team getting a score in yet, but boy, we'll have both teams come up with opportunities here in the opening half. And the official having a redirect where they can inbound. Ball kicked up into the air. Back and forth. Mendoza breaking on it. Magana try to get a hold of it, but once again, the Highland Scotties able to limit any threat. Alex Perez. Magana with a quick action. Juan Diego Mendoza kicks it in the middle, setting up Gutierrez. And again, the Highland Scotties out of danger. Ramirez, Angel Pacheco, Robles gets a slight kick in there. Sia, Quintero keeping up. Ramirez, and again the Wildcat defense and a slide tackle there by Garcia, shutting down any threat from Ramirez. Tell he's really taking control of handling the ball and taking those shots. I think the Wildcats know they don't want to let him do that too many times, or else he's going to make them pay at some point. And the shot is off of the leg of Alex Ramos. And a substitution is coming in for the Highland Scotties. Ruben Lozano is going to come in for the Scotties. Moldinas to midfield and kicked off of Rudy Silva. Wildcats back in play. Yeah, they didn't see so, but that one off of the Wildcats. Trinidad Hernandez. They're going to go for it and try it again. Scotty's lining up. And Garcia kicking that one to the stands again. Second time that's happened here today. Well, they're using everything that they got. Sometimes the best defense is just get that thing out of there. And a shot there, Wildcats on their toes. Quintero ahead. Diego Mendoza having to jump over. This is still in play. Wildcats, Ramirez cutting inside. And finally stoppage of play, foul going to be called. As there were a group of Wildcats just in front of Ramirez. Garcia. Past midfield. Angel Pacheco. Kick that one out. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Scoreless. Yacir Perez. Put it back into play. Wildcats trying to intercept one. Garcia able to. Looking for some relief. Looks like they're going to bail it out. Send it back to Godinez, the goalkeeper. Robles, miscalculation. Ramirez takes another shot himself, but oh my, what a mistake there by Robles. And Ramirez asking himself if he could have that one back. It was clear as day, and Robles sort of misjudging that one. Could have cost the team more, but luckily Ramirez sort of unexpected it as well. And didn't capitalize on that opportunity. Robles. Down on the sideline. Now Magana in midfield. Garcia. Up ahead. Highland Scotty's trying to cut him off. Gutierrez trying to keep it alive. Garcia making some moves. Able to handle the dribble. Sending it up ahead. Robles and Magana. Mendoza keeps it. Scotty's using two defenders, trying to find somewhere to go. Robles again on the other side of the field, has some space. Up ahead of Magana. And ball will be off of the Scotties. Possession remaining with the Wildcats. Yacir Perez with the deflection. Magana trying to keep it alive, and it will be awarded to the Scotties. Goalkeeper, Jesus Gonzalez, booting that one away. Garcia. Yair and Cecil. Yair and Cecil dribbling along the sideline. Scotty's intercepting it, keeping it alive. Juan Diego Mendoza finding a shot. Up ahead and finally kicked once again for the third time today, right to the stands again. This might be a game of who can kick it to the stands as many times here today. Wildcats. Mendoza. Wildcats losing possession there. It's going to be awarded back to the Scotties. They're going to go ahead along and try to get this one back. Diego Mendoza, middle of the field. Scotties guarding well. Scotties looking to set up, but kick a little bit too strong. And the Wildcats immediately trying to take advantage. Quintero focusing, keeping his dribble. Quintero to the middle of the field, nobody there. Almost lost, still in play, and the goalkeeper will track that one down. A great defense shown by the Scotties. Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, gets it out. Wildcats. And the goalkeeper, Godinez, will kick that one out of harm's way. I'd like to thank for those of you who are tuning into this highly anticipated contest this season between the Highland Scotties and the Toppenish Wildcats, two of the top soccer programs in the state. Of course, this being the first season for both teams competing for an actual tournament spot when playoffs start and when state starts again for the boys soccer program. How unfortunate it's been the last couple of years, and especially last year with no playoffs, no state, nothing other than league play and a league playoff that was agreed to. And the Scotties taking a shot again there by Miguel Romero. So the Wildcats hoping to make a mark here in the, we can kind of call it their first true season in this new conference in the SCAC. And of course the affiliated Eastern Washington Athletic Conference teams, Highland, Granger, Mapton, among a few of the schools with soccer programs that dropped down during the reorganization periods a couple of years ago. Ramirez cutting, has some room. Wildcats trying to limit the damage. Garcia over to the Enciso, and that's going to be kicked and off of the Scotties. Magaña inbounds. Gutierrez losing the handle, trying to regain control. And Godinez is going to send this one away. Yaed Enciso to Mendoza, setting it up way ahead, trying to look for Magaña. Scotty's trying to take advantage now. Wildcats not budging, and play continues. Yahir Quintero using midfield to Garcia, finding an open player, trying to keep it alive. Mendoza down there, Trinidad Hernandez. Juan Diego Mendoza coming. Garcia. And Hernandez with Gutierrez. Loses it there. And Scotty's continuing. And stoppage of play foul going to be called on the Wildcats. To the Scotties it'll go. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining plus extra time. We'll see how much time the officials add for the stoppage of play. So Wildcats want to keep this in out of danger. Garcia. He's going to line up a long shot. The Scotties right there, though, to recover. Mendoza using his head. Header right there. And Cecil Garcia. Get it to one Cecil. Trying to keep it alive and out of play. Scotties, again, trying to use their numbers a little bit. Use the off-pace action, and I believe offside's going to be called, but the Wildcats immediately back to action. Mendoza. Almost feel like those 2 minutes are going to go by. Quintero waiting for him. Mendoza, again, trying to keep it, which can be called, and off of the Scotties. And the Wildcats going to keep play going. Extra time still being considered here. Magana. Robles taking a dribble. Quintero. Oh, and that one kicked away. It's only 2 officials working the field here tonight, or working the pitch as they call it. So one of them in midfield, the other one on the other visiting opponent sideline. So Robles try to get it in. The wind starting to pick up. And the Scotties kicking this one away. Robles is trying to be safe with it. Back to Godinez. Boots it away. Past midfield. Magana coming in strong there. Quintero. Slide tackle. Mendoza keeping it alive. Quintero with the line. Gets up, and Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, coming up and getting a save. So that one's going to be booted back. Past midfield. And foul going to be against the Scotties. Is going to give the Wildcats perhaps one more opportunity before halftime is called. And Mendoza trying to keep that one alive. Possession remains with the Wildcats. Back to the inside, kicked around. Scotties, chance of their own. Wildcat defense right there to track that one down. Kick it out of danger. And halftime is called. No score here after 40 minutes of play. We'll take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. What a great sports season we've had so far. We've already had a couple of broadcasts here this season for your spring sports and your boys soccer program, soccer team for the Toppenish High School Wildcats. We'll take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back to your THS Digital Media Network, beginning of the second half. Scoreless. Looking at the rough estimates of shot percentage and possession, 60% going to the Wildcats, 40% going to the Highland Scotties. Both teams making some adjustments. Let's see what they talked about at halftime. Both teams being stingy on defense. Neither of them breaking. Garcia with the shot of his own. Gonzalez. Some hang time on that one. And Cecil with the chance to regain. Send it back, Hernandez. And Cecil into the area of Angel Pacheco. And now Robles. Working that sideline, Quintero. Juan Diego Mendoza. Robles. Back into play. Anya. And offside. It's going to be called on the Wildcats. So after taking a slight refresher course on what those boxes are referred to, at least in the soccer world, or if you're a soccer player, got the big box 18-footer. And this much smaller one, closer to the goal, the 6-foot. Obviously, you would prefer to handle the ball around those areas. There's the Wildcats trying to hang on to possession, and Cecil to the midfield to Juan Diego Mendoza. Takes it, trying to find a lane. Scotty's tracked it down. Quintero again, measuring. Slight kick. Being sent back. Mendoza with the chance to recover. Ball. Kicked around again. Robles. Keep it alive, but off of the Wildcats. And then Scotty's going to keep the offense moving. Angel Pacheco going to kick that one. Scotty's looking to pick up the tempo. Not trying to give the Wildcats too much time. In doing so, also, you don't give your players that much time to relax either. Catch themselves a couple of breaths. Wildcats running forward. Magana with Gutierrez. Dribbling aside and gets it in. Christopher Gutierrez with the first score of this contest. Well, you look at that, looking at the cut. Wonderful play there by Magana, leading. Of course, playing a bit of a different position here in this contest compared to where he was playing at the beginning of the season. More midfield forward role right now. And right there, recognizing where his teammate was. And Christopher Gutierrez not faltering under pressure and getting that easy goal right there. That's what you want to take advantage of, those opportunities. It was a one-on-one situation, nothing but him and the goalie. A couple of Highland Scotty defenders closing in right behind him, but when you're in front of them, you got all the daylight in the world. Highland Scotties perhaps feeling some urgency immediately, trying to create some offense of their own. Ramirez tracking it down. You got to feel like he's the one that's going to want to step up for the Scotties. Put a score up for the Highland Scotties. Now that they're down 1-0. Quintero back and forth. Juan Diego Mendoza. Quintero. Hernandez now. Slight tap ahead of Garcia and kick out of play there by Jesus Esquivel. Jesus Esquivel, Alex Perez, and Yarcid Perez, the three defenders down there for the Highland Scotties. Gutierrez again getting a handle. Hernandez, Garcia trying to keep it alive. Scotties trying to work with what they have, and Magana coming up ahead, Robles, and Cecil right there, out of play. And the Highland Scotties, they're not going to stop for too long. Scotties looking for a lane. Wildcats right there. Garcia sending it back. being Roberto Rafael Garcia. Yahid Quintero able to take it away. And the Scotties kicking that one. Marco Ramirez making more of a defensive play there. Ball still in play. Wildcats with some room. Quintero trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Juan Diego Mendoza loses that one, but possession still remaining with the Wildcats. Magana working with it. Wildcats trying to slip one. Wildcats getting it up ahead, and Scotty's defense just closing in so fast. Yahid and Ciso. Quintero sending it back. Rafael Garcia. Now Angel Pacheco finding Enciso on the sideline. Rafael Garcia putting a move on. Trinidad Hernandez running that sideline, trying to keep it in play, and out of bounds. Jesus Esquivel keeping that one out of play. So the Wildcats will continue play. Corner kick coming. Juan Diego Mendoza. He takes it inside the 6, and again, so close. Inside the 6 box. Gonzalez, the goalkeeper for the Scotties, is going to beat this one away. And Ciso with Garcia. Robles makes a move there. Diego Mendoza to Hernandez. Scotty defense right there, taking it away. Roberto Garcia getting a tap in there. Mendoza dribbling, trying to keep possession. Some room. Garcia sets up, gets a lane in there, but immediately cutting it off. Perez, Christopher Gutierrez. To Quintero, and now in the middle. Mendoza finding a lane and cutting. Oh, and coming out of there, and Magana streaking from the other side of the field. Garcia with an opportunity to try to get something going. To Magana. Mendoza takes a handle again, keeping it alive. Sends it back, Magana to reset. Good playmaker, sends it back down when Cecil measure the opponent. Incoming traffic. Garcia dribbling, and foul going to be called against the Scotties. Garcia. He's going to get a free kick look. Rafael Garcia. So it looks like there's a couple of substitutions that the Scotties are going to make. Out comes Jose Perez and Ruben Lozano. And then coming in, Francisco Silva and Albert Magallon. Garcia inside, and opportunity for Gutierrez again. The goalkeeper, Jesus Gonzalez. Calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Puts that one away. Trying to get right into the grill of that Toppenish defense. And ball kicked out of play. This one, Roberto Garcia. Back in play, kick though to Enciso. Diego Mendoza drawing two players, keeping that ball in bounds, using his moves right there, dribbling in it, and out of bounds there. Trinidad Hernandez not able to keep his feet. Scotties keeping the danger. Garcia trying to limit things. Now Mendoza again dribbling in. The foul going to be called against the Highland Scotties. Going to force the Wildcats here to reset, do their thing on offense. Roberto Garcia. Side and another foul, this time against the Wildcats. Highland Scotties. Long kick inside. Pacheco using his head on that one. Garcia to Hernandez. Back to Gutierrez. Trying to get a handle on there. Mengaña up ahead. Mendoza, can he get there? Hernandez. Oh, and Gonzalez once again sneaking that one out. Up ahead and miscalculating that one. Gonzalez and Albert Magallon. It seems now like the Wildcats are really starting to dictate the pace of this contest. They just came out of halftime looking to score, and they got one from Christopher Gutierrez. And hoping to hold on to that lead. And ball will be once again kicked out of bounds. Off of the leg of the Highland Scotties. Juan Diego Mendoza, you can arguably say he's been the key player here today, even though he's not gotten those goals. He's kept that ball alive more times than not. And look at him again, go. Sees Trinidad Hernandez. And the Highland Scotty defense, Jesus Esquivel, sneaking in there, cutting that one off. Hernandez to Enciso. Hernandez being quick. Mendoza up ahead to Gutierrez. And Hernandez with Magaña, who's using his speed, streaking in there. What's going to be called, and it's going to be off the Scotties. So it's going to give the Wildcats an opportunity here inside the 18 or 6 box to do something. You can really tell they are dictating the pace of this contest coming out of halftime. You almost feel like the Highland Scotties are playing a little bit. I mean, well, they are down by 1, but you can feel like they're playing catch-up as if they were down by 2 or 3. But rightfully so when you're facing off against a tough opponent like the Wildcats. That ball still in play. And another corner kick opportunity coming for the Wildcats. Yared Enciso. Looks like they're going to switch in. They're going to have Juan Diego Mendoza take the opportunity instead. Ball. Mendoza. Magaña! Inside out, and Gonzalez gets another save. Looks like Gonzalez is trying to move quickly. And right there, he was sort of forced to hang on to it perhaps a little longer than he wanted to, considering that they want to run at a fast pace. And the Wildcats Not afraid. Hernandez keeping that one. Gets it to Magana. Is he going to make a play? Now back to the middle of the field. Mendoza, where he's been the most dangerous. 4 defenders in this area. Garcia. Shot opportunity. Back to Mendoza. High up into the air. And Cecil. Quintero. Ball knocked around. Garcia keeping it alive. Using that corner. And the Scotty defense right there. Trying to get themselves out of danger. Quintero, Garcia, back to Magana. All himself. He's up. He takes a shot and just off the mark. The Wildcats dictating the pace now. Gonzalez. Ball high up into the air. And Cecil trying to get to his spot. Ramirez trying to get a move on. Robles. And right there, and Cecil making the defensive play on Marco Ramirez. Once again, the Wildcats, once they realized that Ramirez was going to take every opportunity for the Highland Scotties when they're inside the 18, they're well aware of that. So corner kick coming for the Scotties. Kicking that one out, Garcia. Christopher Gutierrez trying to keep possession a little bit, have time for the Wildcats to reset on defense. Look at Gutierrez using his dribbling footwork. Takes a long shot, and just off the mark there. Salvador Ceja taking a long shot himself. And Hector Godinez. Pass it to the inside. And Cecil up ahead. Gutierrez using his speed, trying to keep his dribble. Sends it midfield. Hernandez. Dropping back. Mendoza. Garcia has a shot. Takes it and a save there from Gonzalez. Well, right now, it's been a lot more Wildcat offense than Highland Scotty offense. And of course, the 1-0 lead still remains. Of course, this ball's still in play, so the Wildcats will get another corner kick from their right side. Kicks it inside, and the Highland Scotties. And there, Quintero takes the shot. Gutierrez, ball high up into the air. Oh, and right off the mark again there from Garcia. Rafael Garcia had the right idea. Just not enough spin on the ball to get that one to go inside the net. So Wildcats with a lot of opportunities and coming up on midway through the second half. By the way these teams are playing, one more goal for the Wildcats might be enough to seal this one up. Quintero versus Silva. Gutierrez. Oh, back to Lynn. Gutierrez trying to track it down, and now the Highland Scotties trying to launch their offense. Ramirez with the chance, streaking. Ramirez, and ball just out of the reach. Immediately back to play, Garcia. Juan Diego Mendoza drilling. Silva trying to keep it alive. Mendoza able to steal that one away, trying to keep it. Keeps it, using his footwork. Look at that. Quintero up ahead. Keeping his balance. Again, still has it. Advantage. Middle. No, the Scotties. They're using their defense right now, but they already know they're playing from behind. They got to get a look opportunity for their offense, and foul there against the Scotties. So more and more opportunities for the Wildcats here so far in this second half. Shot. Magana. Garcia tracking it down, bouncing around. Wind is starting to pick up. And Cecil, player streaking. Pacheco hanging around. What's he going to do? Keeping it alive. And foul going to be called against the Wildcats. Just outside. So the Wildcats right now trying to get an explanation. Free kick coming for the Highland Scotties, and I believe the officials describe has given an explanation over to head coach Uriel Gonzalez. See what the official call is going to be. It's going to be Highland Scotty possession. He's going to measure where that shot is going to be placed. So he's going to give some room. So they have to stay behind that line. That general area. And shot no good, just off the mark from Rudy Silva. Wildcats trying to seal this one away. They've taken control here in the second half, controlling the ball on their side of the field a lot more often, on the Highland side anyways, I should say. Here's the wind starting to pick up once again. Magana and Yarcid Perez fighting for possession. So Wildcats come out with this one. Trinidad Hernandez executes to Juan Diego Mendoza. It's been a key part of this contest here today. Mendoza, freaking close, but look at that. The Scotty defense just closing down that opportunity. Mendoza's going to let that one bounce out of play. Get a chance to reset. Mendoza to Garcia. Gets the header in there with the Gutierrez back. Garcia trying to get that one, and ball will be kicked out of danger. Garcia keeps it in play for the Wildcats. Mendoza sending it, and now forcing the goalkeeper Gonzalez to come out. Give him a chance to reset. Gonzalez all the way past midfield with that boot. Ramirez fighting. Pacheco sends it out of danger. Highland Scotties keep looking to attack. And Garcia wisely limiting that threat there. Once again, Wildcats again. Godinez gets that one out of danger. They're not out yet. Need to get it in there, and ball will be kicked out, deflected, and what's going to be called, though, another foul on the Wildcats just outside the 18. The 18, that bigger box you see there with the yellow outlines. The 6, the smaller box, closer to the net. Highland Scotty defender is down. Miguel Romero, one of their top forwards, able to get back up. So The official measuring out the line. That's where it is. So here we go. And another save there for Godinez. He did everything he needed to do, and the Wildcats gave him the scheme to wait for that one. So gets himself another big save here in this contest. Now Godinez with the win, helping him, getting that one all the way past Magana, trying to keep it alive. And wow, you rarely see that, but the win here today, strong and pushing that one way out of play. Not a lot of times you see a goalkeeper kick that one and have it go out of bounds without another player touching it. So quite intriguing there. Wildcats still battling, trying to close this one out. And Cecil finding Hernandez and streaking to Magana. Quintero gets a bit of that ball. Scotty's trying to attack with Ramirez. Pacheco keeping his guard up. Ramirez with the shot, and Godinez able to track that one down. The goalkeeper once again sends that one high up into the air. Gutierrez trying to grab that one for the Wildcats. And out of play. So Robles will put it back into play. Deflected again, this time off of Rudy Silva. Robles able to get the ball back. Mendoza working that middle of the field. And Cecil, left side. Hernandez putting a move on, trying to keep it alive. Loses it. Now sends it up ahead to Ramirez. And Garcia. Using defense. Scotty's still with the ball. Inside the 18, Garcia kicking it out. Quintero trying to get a handle. Kick and shot no good. Godinez able to keep that one away. Scotty's with Hernandez and Gonzalez having to come out and collect that one. Mendoza trying to keep it. And we got an injured player down on the ground, trying to keep his balance. Salvador Ceja, midfielder. So they're going to get a substitution in here, a couple of them. Jesus Esquivel and Yahir Castro are into the game for the Highland Scotties. Garcia with Quintero. Diego Mendoza try to get it out of there. The Highland Scotties still with possession. Quintero trying to take it away. Able to keep his balance and keep it in play. Mendoza to the middle of the field. Back on, and now Magana stepping up, kicking that one. Alexander Magana has an angle, and that one will be kicked out of bounds. Corner kick, I believe. Oh, looks like it's going to be against Wildcats, off of them. Position immediately right back to the Scotties, and they're keeping it alive. And Cecil kicks it. Hernandez back and forth. A shot right there, but Pacheco coming in. Another shot from the corner. That one drifting out of bounds after the high kick from Jose Perez. So this is going to get Hector Godinez. Kick this one out. Ball bouncing. Trinidad Hernandez trying to keep it alive. Magana using his size and strength there. And the yellow card going to be assessed on the Wildcats. So the official giving the call there. So having to kick a little further back, but a chance to put this ball into play deeper into Wildcat territory. Garcia Gutierrez trying to track that one down. Scotty's keeping it alive. Mendoza and being held there, fouled by the Scotties. So I believe there's going to be an explanation here. And so there we go. Wildcats going to have one there as Juan Diego Mendoza having his arm stretched out and bothering his shoulder, it appears. So got a little bit of a stinger. Ramirez making his way back onto the pitch. Mendoza, long kick off the back, and Cecil tracks it down. Gets a pass off. Garcia trying to line it up somewhere. Finding an assist, trying to track it down again. And Cecil trying to get there. Trying to track it down and out of play. Off of Miguel Romero. Keeping in bounds, and Cecil back in play. Juan Diego Mendoza retained, using his footwork. Can't get it through. And Cecil back to Garcia. Garcia trying to keep a handle on it. Does, and Cecil back to Juan Diego Mendoza, and what's going to be called? And no call, no card yet. Wildcats will keep possession. Mendoza, long kick. Almost had it in there. Gutierrez trying to line one up. Kicked out of danger there by the Scotty defense. Middle of the field, Garcia sending it back. Roberto Garcia. Angel Pacheco. Back over, Silva with the chance. He's going to take a shot, and Godinez right there to make the save. This contest still in control of the Wildcats. But the Scotties giving it all they have here. Wildcats have just been able to execute a little bit better inside the boxes, inside the 6 and inside the 18. And look at that, immediately running. Mendoza has been a key player here today. Gutierrez, this dribble. Shot. Oh, and just off the mark. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity from them. Gutierrez knew he didn't really have any help coming sooner rather than later, and that Highland Scotty defense was closing in fast. So he took it upon himself. Here, let me take this shot here. Just a little too wide. So Gonzalez will keep things moving. Wildcats again trying to regain the possession. Wildcats trying to keep it out of danger. There's Garcia kicks that one over the fence. Third time here today that's happened. Scotties with that one. Mendoza, Magana, those two working together right now in tandem. Mendoza has that one slipped away, but deflected off of the Scotties. Trying to keep running with it. Garcia protecting it. Magana sending it back. Mendoza lining something up. Trinidad Hernandez and Quintero working to burn some time off. Pacheco with Mendoza. Back over to Hernandez. Quintero trying to dribble his way out of traffic. Scotties get themselves another opportunity, but again, and Cecil stepping up for the Wildcats. Stealing that one away. Garcia. Backing over. And Garcia still dribbling, and stoppage of play foul against the Wildcats. And a yellow card going to be assessed again to the Wildcats. So Rafael Garcia picking up a yellow card. So it's going to give a free look opportunity for the Scotties. 2-minute warning plus extra time now remaining in this contest. Magana keeping a handle on it. Stopping it. Boy, look at the athleticism from Magana, just stopping on the dime. Magana over to Roberto Garcia. He kicks this one. Juan Diego Mendoza with Quintero. The Scotties running out of time. Under 2 minutes remaining here in this league matchup versus the top two teams in this conference. Two solid programs, two historically solid programs over the years. Ball kicked past midfield. Here's the Wildcats trying to maintain this 1-0 lead for the win. 5-1-2 coming into this contest. So any last minute adjustments here? We've had about 4 or 5 minutes of extra time added on already, counting into those. Play will continue. Foul against the Wildcats again. And they're keeping Highland into this one. They're keeping them in it right now. But you know they just want to burn that clock off. And right now the Scotties, with what could be one of the final possessions of this contest, Inside, Godinez. Defense, kicking that one out. Scotty's trying to line something up. They have everybody coming up forward, and now the Wildcats stealing it away, getting up ahead. Magana, one-on-one situation. What's he going to do? Gets it in, and second one good to seal this win for the Wildcats. Alexander Magana to pretty much seal this one away. Well, what a great move there by Magana, and that's what you expect from a player of his caliber. One-on-one situation, the Scotties pulling all of their defenders, midfielders, up inside the box to perhaps get a game-tying goal. But when you do that, you oftentimes leave yourself open for that exact play that just happened. Alexander Magana, one-on-one versus the goalie. And Magana, his size, his athleticism, and his shot accuracy showed right there. Wildcats, Trinidad Hernandez, and the Scotties still playing hard. And what will more than likely be a game in which the Wildcats will pick up the win. Not a lot of time remaining. And so the referee is still continuing the game. And so Christopher Gutierrez, who had the first goal of the game here in the second half, opening minutes, he's going to take a seat, get some well-deserved rest. Coming in for him, Navor Gaona. Gaona now with Garcia. He's going to take a shot himself, blocked there by the Scotties. And Magana coming in from the other side, and what's going to be called offsides versus the Wildcats. And the Scotties, unfortunately, looks like they're going to be running out of time here shortly. Even if they do get another goal in here, they're still down by 2. So perhaps still trying to play for the tie at the very least. Mendoza has been a key contributor here today, keeping that ball alive in the middle of the field. Not faltering in pressure. I would admire that about the young man. And here as the Scotties making the most with what they have. And Cecil to Hernandez. Trying to keep his balance. Waddle. The substitution, Navor Guarana. Guano. Having a hard time saying these names sometimes. Oh, out. The possession, and the official's still going to let this one go. But from the looks of all things, the Wildcats will get a win here tonight over a top-ranked opponent. One of the most successful programs as well in the Highland Scotties, and there it is, full-time call. Wildcats with the win. That was pretty easy once they came out of halftime. The Wildcats just put pedal to the metal. Perhaps egged on a little bit by the Highland Scotties, who wanted to move at a much faster pace. Fortunately, did not pay off for the Wildcats. Today's scores of the game come from Christopher Gutierrez, about 6 minutes in the second half. And then here with a little bit under 2 minutes remaining, the Wildcats with the breakaway goal from Alexander Magana. He has the second one. Wildcats with the win, 2-0. Of course, Hector Godinez with more than enough saves here tonight as well. Key contributor. And of course, Juan Diego Mendoza with his crafty footwork and dribbling ability, being a key contributor to this win here today. Anyways, folks, Wildcats move on, are now 6-1-2, and have a firm spot at the top of the SCAC Eastern Washington Athletic Conference Boys Soccer League standings. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the next time we're going to be on air will be senior night for the Toppenish High School boys soccer team. And that game, special presentation, will be in Spanish. For those of you wanting to tune in the final game of the regular season before the Wildcats go off and into more than likely district playoffs and so forth. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Wildcats with the win, 2-0 off the goals of Christopher Gutierrez and Alexander Magana. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on THS Digital Media Network across all of our social media platforms. Toppenish High School Athletics, THS Digital Media Network. Of course, here on YouTube. Don't miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Anyways, I'm your host, Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. We'll see you next time. God bless, and we'll see you out there.